and for some perspective on just how challenging things are in the Philippines as we speak and how much trouble relief workers are having getting the food, the water, and the medicine to those most desperately in need. We're very pleased to be joined by Lou del Rosario. Lou is Filipino. In fact, his brother is equivalent of the Philippines Secretary of State. He has been trying to get assistance to the Philippines since the storm, which has been no easy task. And he is also the director of Gift of Life International, an outstanding group performing really life-saving procedures to not just the people in the Philippines, but to trouble spots around the globe. And Lou's had to cancel a medical mission to the Philippines because not just of the storm, Lou, but these people, I think people forget, they had an earthquake that was really the reason why you guys had to push back the mission that you guys were going to do in the beginning of the month, right?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you for being here, Richard.
Please.
Give us a chance to tell you what's going on and how we can help. But as far as the mission was concerned, the mission that we had scheduled was supposed to be for November 1st. But I don't know if you remember, they had a 7.2 earthquake.
Yep.
Several weeks ago, so we had to reschedule that. I would have been there if not for that. But
and we should explain the mission for people unfamiliar with Gift of Life. Literally, you get surgeons not getting one penny, and these doctors and the support staffs from medical institutions around this country will go for about 10 days at a time to the Haitis of the world, to the Filipinos of the world, and they're really performing life-saving procedures, aren't they, if you could?
Yes, actually. That's one, for example, the mission that we had last April. A group from Duke University Medical University, 16 in all, with surgeons, cardiac surgeons, nurses, etc., all volunteered, gave up their vacation time to go to the Philippines to do operations for 10 kids.
And these are heart surgeries, right?
These are open heart surgeries. These are for kids that ordinarily would die because these are congenital heart diseases that are being performed for these kids free of charge, first of all. That would not have happened because it takes money if you're in a third world country to get this operation.
Yep. And unfortunately, there's no shortage of people who don't have that money. In fact, we've put up the URL of that organization, and that could take up a time just talking about the good works of that. But let's talk about your country. And I saw a piece in the paper recently where, for people who know from the area, Elmsford Raceway, that's yours. It's your shop, and your manager, who also has a Filipino connection, was reduced to tears seeing the images played out. Talk about from your end, this isn't a spot on the map. This is home. And when you see the images play out, just share with people just how painful it is.
Well, it was very painful, especially for my manager. He is from that area, and he has lost family members and family members that he has not heard from. So it really hits home when we talk about the tragedy that's going on. Erwin has been with me for 15 years.
Yep.
And so he's been working for us. So I really quite empathize with what his problem is. Thank God my immediate family is fine. I have contacted them, but communication is not there.
No.
It's not there, so we really don't know. I mean, my extended family, I don't know. All right.
Can you explain, for the layperson, we watch the relief efforts, and again, there's great intentions, but stuff will sit at the airport in Manila, and it won't get to some of the hardest areas hit. Part of that, I guess, is just practical logistics, right? These are remote places, unfortunately, that were in the eye of the storm.
Yeah, I got pictures, and I'm sure you have pictures of what happened over there. Right? If you will notice, devastation was complete. Roads are all covered. You can't just drive through a road. I mean, it's got debris, bridges are down, etc. So it is very, very difficult to get into the outlying areas where they really need it. Thank God for Rotary, because the Rotarians over there have figured out that by getting small planes and small boats, they're able to go to areas that have not been touched. And they're there to give food and water, which is the main thing that's missing right now.
Have you gotten a chance to talk to your brother?
Yes, I have.
I'm curious, part of what he's doing, I'm sure, is reaching out to the world
Exactly.
to ask for help for the Philippines. Does he say the help is coming, but it's just so hard to get it there? Or what, if any, frustrations does he have right now in terms of people that have been waiting sometimes 5 days here for some of the basic necessities?
Well, it's been very difficult, to say the least, because logistics is a big problem.
Yep.
Right. Right now they're getting it, but I don't know if we know what the scope is. Roughly, he said it's about a $24 billion hit for an economy of the Philippines. That is a very, very big hit, which is very unfortunate because they were really on the upgrade. Their GDP was over close to 7% last year, and they were hoping for an improvement this year. And this is going to be a problem.
You know, one of the things when I just look at it at the map, Lou, and it's just, maybe with the new realities of the storms we're having, the poor people just coming on the heels of an earthquake as well, there seemingly is no defenses for these folks. And then when this happens, is there a sense that we get through this might happen again? I mean, I know you can't look too far in the future given the immediate needs right now, but there is a concern about the not too long term?
Oh, absolutely. When you start thinking, if you looked at the map, first of all, the Philippines is made up of 71,000 islands, right? There's water all over,
Yeah.
right? And 3/4 of those islands were hit by Haiyan, which is Yolanda in the Philippines, by the way. They have a different name for that storm. But 3/4 of the Philippines was impacted by this big storm. Now just think of that, put that in perspective as far as the United States is concerned.
Imagine.
Right?
Yeah.
The devastation that it has incurred. And being island, of course, there's water all over. And people say, why were they not evacuated? Where are you going to go?
Yep. To that end, people I know want to help, but they're not sure how. And I was seeing that you explained that $1 could feed a whole family. Give an idea about how much resources are not only needed there right now, but if people do want to help, the best way they can do it and where they should go to do it.
Well, being a Rotarian for 30 some odd years, I've been working with Rotarians all over the world, and we are now starting to give to Rotary. The Rotary has got direct connections to the Rotarians in the Philippines, where the money immediately goes to buying food and water and being distributed to the areas that are needed. If you would like to donate, especially in this area, you should go to Croton Rotary Club, Philippine Relief. Check should be made out to them. The address is 106 Grand Street, Croton on Hudson, 10520.
Okay, well, we're going to make sure the folks get that as well. And if you can put a human face on this, there's so many stories. Unfortunately, there's thousands and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of stories here. But if you can give one here, just to leave it with our audience, and I ask this in part because it helps, but also I saw a recent study in just our area that a year after Sandy, in one of the richest nation in the world here, people still aren't whole. I can only imagine what these people are going through right now, but if you can try and humanize it as best you can, please.
Well, going back to my manager, he was just speaking to his niece over there who lost family members. They have no place to stay. Actually, no roof, nothing, because everything is just devastated. So after this whole area is done, and that was as far as the immediate food and shelter stuff, like, we're going to have to rebuild.
Yep.
So that's, we're thinking of this, but we have to rebuild. The people over there, which is what they're talking about, over 500,000 people that have been affected.
Left homeless, yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, the first things first, got to get these people food, water, hygiene, basic necessities here. Got to treat the sick and the injured. And then we'll take the next challenge after that. But I know you're doing so much good work on this front here, and even beyond the Philippines, the gift of life here, literally giving children around the world in places that are often forgotten a chance at life here. Lou, thank you very much. I appreciate a few minutes.
Thank you.